Woe to you, O earth and sea.
It's the Hop Nation
USA Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hop Nation USA Podcast. This is episode 185. We are 2 away from our murder episode.
Hell yeah.
On a long enough timeline, all podcasts end up being murder podcasts.
Yeah.
We are 2 away.
And that Night Stalker documentary just came out, so hey.
That means we have precedent. Excellent.
Got to get some California beers, and we'll talk a little bit of Night Stalker. Find ourselves a guest for that.
So before we get to that, I am Adam. I am one of your hosts. I'm here to drink beer and talk about all things beer. That was Steve. Steve, yes. Where are you? You are not regular Steve right now.
No, well, I run the show graphic, and then I'd become Steve of the internet.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh.
And for those of you that are listening audio only, that means nothing to you.
Yeah. It means get on the YouTube already. Check it out.
That's right. We need subscribers. Steve needs to pay for all this glassware we're selling. Hint, hint, buy our glassware.
We need some subbies, and, the views are real low, and I'm tired of editing these videos for nothing.
It's a passion project, Steve. It's a passion project.
Mm.
It's only a matter of time before we get that PBR money.
Mm-hmm.
But before we sell ourselves out, we have ourselves a guest. A guest that I've been looking forward to for, well, ever since we asked her to come on the show. But this is Lauren Carey. She is with the Weird Al podcast. And I must say right off the bat, I am jealous of the premise, first and foremost. They take 2 of my favorite things, combine them together, beer and Weird Al. How can you not love something like that? So, Lauren, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here. I've been looking forward to this ever since you asked me.
And we won't pull back the curtain and say how long ago that was. We'll say you were on the schedule for the last 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months. 2 months and dog months.
Yeah, totally.
But to be fair, and this is something for anybody else who's listening right now, I put out the call on Twitter of who would like to be on our show as a guest, and either is, I don't know who runs your Twitter, but either. Okay. Yeah. So Lauren replied, hey, we could come and talk beer on your beer show. And I said, that's okay. And we'll come back around. And then we did. So here she is. So if you're a podcaster or just anybody who does music or movies or something, reach out to us. We can accommodate you. Between Adam and I, we have enough interests and stuff that we can talk to you.
And now that our number 1 slot has been vacated by having Lauren on the show, we need a new number 1.
Yeah, we need new guests. So reach out.
Yeah. I'm just really happy to be here. I like an excuse to drink good beer and talk to people about it rather than just sit and drink it by myself in silence. So.
Why do you think we do this podcast?
I know, right?
And speaking of talking beers, I believe it's time for us to talk about the beers that we're drinking right now. Steve, would you like to go first?
Sure. Why not? So last week was dry January for us, and we talked nothing but sandwiches. I'm doing the other hashtag this week. I'm doing Try-January.
Okay.
Where you try new things. But that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense on the show because we try new things every week. But ignore that. But this week, I am trying a brewery that I've been putting off simply because it's been super hyped in our area, and I don't get motivated by things like that. And I just ignore things like that.
I think I know who you're talking about, but I don't want to say in case I'm wrong.
Well, why don't you take a guess?
Now I don't want to guess because now I think I'm going to be wrong. I was going to say Hightower.
No, because we've had Hightower before already, and we like them.
That's true. We did, and we have.
Yeah. No, New Trail.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Posts about New Trail basically fill up Facebook groups, especially the Fueled by Hops and the breweries in PA. And people just go on and on about how good their IPAs are. So I picked up a neutral IPA. This one is called the Drift. It is an 8.5 double IPA. And it's made with Sultana, Citra, and Amarillo hops. Big, surprise on the Citra.
The surprise of no one.
Yeah. But it's also made with Germanic malts and fluffy oats. And that's why it looks like, orange juice.
One thing I must say, Steve, that the photos that you have on the video feed, which you should be watching on YouTube, posted every Monday, the video or the photos that you're showing are fantastic. I am impressed.
Yeah, I moved some things around. Like I got more space within the office. So I have more. I have more space to use. Tiny studio to take better pictures.
It just looks like you put the beer in front of an ocean.
Right?
Yeah, it's like, oh, the beer's having a vacation. It's beautiful. Like from day to night, just hanging out on the beach. I like it.
Where it can just sort of drift off.
Oh. I
felt good about that one. I'm not going to lie.
You should.
But,
so, have you had it yet, Steve? Or are you still?
Yeah. I've been drinking. Yeah, I've been drinking on it. It's fine.
In-depth review. Awesome.
It's a hazy IPA with Citra. What are we really doing here? And that's one of the reasons why I avoided getting into New Trail, because I knew I was going to say what I just did. I was going to be totally unimpressed the way other people have been fawning over this brewery, just tripping over their own feet to post it.
You kind of set yourself up for failure a little bit then with the hazy, didn't you?
No, because I went for, all they do is IPAs, and they do mostly hazy IPAs.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's fair. So you went with their strength.
Yeah, I went with their strength, and I just checked out one of them, and just to see what it was all about. It's fine. I'll say it's actually not as soft as a lot of hazy IPAs are. So the Amarillo hop, which I'm actually not a big fan of, I don't know, anytime I've had it, it always adds like this really strong bitterness that I don't love. And
I get that.
You get that hop burn that you especially don't love, Adam.
That is a fact. Stone cold fact.
What? Well, Amarillo gives me that hop burn. So, yeah, I guess in that way it's not completely soft baby time games. It's a little bitter at least, but yeah, still not blown away. It's fine, but I don't know. I can still buy better local.
Fair enough. Lauren, what about the good people of Florida? What do you have down there?
Well, we've got a lot of good beer here, and actually, talking about that drift, it reminded me of one of the local breweries here called Southern Swells that they primarily do hazy IPAs, and so there's part of me that wants to try their flagship hazy IPA next to that one and see how similar they are. But I'm actually not drinking a Florida beer right now. No, I know.
I didn't set you up properly. I apologize.
No, I'm not. I'm drinking. I have a craft beer subscription box. It's like Tinder for beers. I get to swipe and pick the ones that I want, and they just kind of come to me every month. It's fabulous.
Is it Tavor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's
former sponsor of the show.
I enjoy it. I get the same delivery guy every time too, and so he's like, "You're having fun in there, aren't you?" I'm like, "Yeah, kind of." But I have Evangelion 15 Arael from Adroit Theory in Virginia.
Ooh, okay.
And it's a double dry hopped hazy triple IPA, clocking in at 10%.
Jeez.
And and my favorite thing about this beer, no, actually, it's not really my favorite thing about this beer, but the thing that amuses me the most about this one is it was actually canned on my birthday. So this beer was born on the same date that I was. And it's double, like I said, it's double dry hopped with Mosaic, Citra, Southern Passion, Galaxy, and Simcoe. So there's a lot happening. There's a lot happening in this beer, and it also contains lactose. So
holy shit!
Yeah, like they just basically threw everything in this beer. I mean, it's Evangelion 15, so they've gone through 14 previous in this Evangelion series, and I don't know. This might be the kitchen sink of the Evangelions, but I kind of love it. I mean, for me, a high ABV gives it like automatic points. But this one is nice because it's strong without tasting like super boozy, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do as well. Yeah.
So I like it. And they give you food, cheese, and cigar recommendations on the can. So if I really wanted to sit here and eat some kind of charcuterie and have a cigar, I would know which direction to go.
I don't know that I've ever seen a beer do a cigar pairing on the label.
Yeah, this one does.
Does even Cigar City do that? I mean, that would be my first think of. Yeah.
They shouldn't they?
Yeah.
They sell cigars in the brewery, in the tap room. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be my first place to look for a cigar pairing on a beer can.
Right.
They're doing it. Adroit Theory's doing it.
Yeah,
Right on.
I've definitely bugged them, I believe, on Twitter about shipping the PA, but
well, I will tell you what, the can art is really cool. I don't know how am I turning this? It's like a skull with flowers and all that shit. It's beautiful.
Nice.
They're a very heavy metal influenced brewery.
Yeah.
Are they kind of like a burial kind of setup?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
A little bit.
I can get behind that.
It's cool. I like this beer. I got 2 of them in my box, and I had the other one Saturday. So now it's gone, and I will never have this beer again. But I'm having my last one with you guys.
And we appreciate that.
So, Adam, what are you drinking tonight?
The last of this beer that I have, but that's only because I bought one can. This is the Adam's Apple, a bit apropos, from 4 Points. We all know 4 Points on this show. Out of beautiful Charleroi, Pennsylvania. This is a sour ale with apple and cinnamon. It's apple cider.
Yeah.
It's apple cider.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I can't describe it any better than that.
Oh, no, never mind. I was going to ask if I gave you any of those Cinderlands Starcrum apples and to compare it to that, but I didn't. I gave you cherry.
You did give me cherry, yes.
Yeah.
But this one,
never mind.
This one is the light one of the segment. This is only 6.5% ABV.
Oh, nice.
So I'm easing into it compared to you guys, and I'm okay with that. Because I'm still enjoying my apple cider, even though it's not apple cider.
Yeah.
Right on. Right.
Good though.
Well, I mean, it's 4 Points. I mean,
I haven't had a bad one yet from them.
Damn, is that such a consistent brewery that's annoying at this point?
It's annoying because they're just far enough away to not go there all the time.
Now, how far is that from you?
For me, probably an hour.
And probably an hour and a half for me. But let's just jump right in the news and notes because I have neat. Because I have good news for us, Adam.
Let's hear it.
4 Points has announced that they're going to open a tap room.
Where?
North Side.
Yes. Yes. That is fantastic.
Yes. So they're opening up on Western Avenue, which puts them right across the street from Beer's Pub and down the road from 412 Brewery.
That's fantastic. That's awesome. I'm so happy to hear that.
They're looking to open spring, summer this year. So not too many other details, but they announced it on their Instagram, and I just thought that was good news for all of us, especially those of us who don't like driving all that way.
Don't want to have bridges and tunnels involved anymore. That's
right. Or going into Washington County.
Well, yeah. Let's not talk about Washington County. But I did want to back up on something real quick.
Yeah.
412 Brewery. Do you know if they're going to keep that name or if they're going to change names? Because I know that they changed ownership and brewery staff. Like they have a new head brewer there.
Yeah, I believe it's Adam Zane that is taking over 412, right? And he worked closely with Fury for a while.
Yes.
He's also like the head of the Diversity Council, and as well as indie pro wrestler.
Good guy to have in a beer community.
Yeah. But Yeah, I don't know. I don't know too much about that. I was going to look into that in the future.
Well,
But because I honestly would just like to get him on the show.
that was exactly what I was going to say. Was we just have him on the show and he can answer all of our questions at the same time.
Well, he posted something in one of the craft beer groups that you're not in. That it was like an invite only beer group, and I don't know how many people are even active in that group. But he posted something about a possible future event, and I don't want to give anything away.
Then don't.
But I wanted to get him on the show to possibly talk about that event as well as the other things that he's involved in.
Okay.
So possible tease for like 2 episodes from now or something.
Sure. Sure. Why not?
Wait, isn't 2 episodes from now your murder episode?
Oh, 3 episodes from now.
Yeah. I'm not even on this show.
It's okay. I'm already pretty deep into this 8.5. So
See, that's why
I started before the show.
That's why I started with this light guy, a little 6.5er.
Mm-hmm.
Dipped a toe in the waters.
Oh my God. Now you got me thinking about what I have like 2 in my mind to have next. I'm not even good. I'm just having an internal argument that's coming out my mouth. I'm just going to
Just
let
remember,
it go.
there's 3 segments to the show. So you can have both.
I could, couldn't I?
Yeah.
Do
But
or
no
do
peer
not.
pressure.
There is no try.
And well, hey, Yoda, that's a really good Weird Al song, isn't it?
Pop quiz. What year was that song written?
What year was the song Yoda written? That came out on the Dare to Be Stupid album in 1985, so I would assume it was written in 1984.
1980, actually.
Really? Yoda? He wrote Yoda in 1980?
Yeah.
Oh, he's schooling me on Weird Al now. I know when stuff comes out.
I was doing research today and I saw that and I was very surprised by that.
Yeah, that's really interesting. But I guess that makes sense. That's probably like, yeah, okay. Like I'll buy it. Like I buy it.
But I'm just surprised that he sat on it for that long.
Maybe he knew somewhere deep inside that it was too important and needed to be done the right way, and he couldn't do it the right way until the 3rd album.
I'll accept that answer. Full points.
Thank you.
And to celebrate that and our full points, let's talk about Yuengling.
Okay. You get Yuengling in Florida right now, don't you?
Yeah, we even got the chocolate porter.
Oh wow.
Oh, actually, okay. Really quick story. I moved from Pennsylvania to Jacksonville, Florida, almost exactly 7 years ago, which is almost exactly when Yuengling broke into the Florida market. And so I went to a happy hour with my new work team. So I had lived in Florida for like a week, and my people from work were like, hey, let's go have a happy hour. We'll go to the Applebee's by the office. I'm like, okay, great. So we're all sitting at this big long table, and the waitress comes over and she's like, yeah, so we have this great new beer. It's called Yuengling. If you like craft beer, you should try it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like Yuengling? Really? I said, okay, like give me a Yuengling because I'm a little homesick, but like this is all right, fine. And it was just like everybody was freaking out about Yuengling. And like for me, Yuengling, I'm sure for you, was like you go to a party at somebody's house and they have, Natty Light and Yuengling. It's you know,
and that'll do.
And
all right.
that'll do. I mean, that's it. And but yeah, so it was wild. It was wild.
Every bar in the area has a Yings and Wings special for
Yings and Wings, baby.
Mm-hmm. For sports. So yeah.
Have you ever gone to the Yuengling Brewery in Pottsville?
No.
So I've been there, but I've never taken the tour.
Oh, dude, the tour. Okay, the tour is pretty cool because the brewery is built into the side of the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, as the brewery was expanding and they needed more space, they would just excavate, and just dig deeper into the mountain. So the brewery tour of Yuengling is like a cave, and then the bottling room, and then the tasting room, and you're done.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's all like pre-refrigeration stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why they did it, because it was cold enough in there. And have y'all talked about I'm sorry, I like talking with people that like understand Yuengling, and like it's
Oh, fire
you know,
away.
that aren't like Yuengling is like new and fresh and hip. I'm like, but it's not. It's always like
Not.
like
The
the,
exact
the opposite. Yeah. Do you know what Yuengling did during Prohibition?
They became an ice cream company.
Yes. And do you know? I think are they bringing the ice cream back? I think.
Oh,
they're
it's already
bringing
here.
Well.
I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
I don't think the ice cream ever left.
Mhm.
It's just the company is just so small that it never really gets distributed beyond a certain point.
A certain point. Okay, because
Yeah.
like when I took the tour, and now mind you, I took the Yuengling Brewery tour when I still lived in Pennsylvania, so that was a while ago. But like the guy who was doing it was like, "Yeah, we're gonna start distributing the ice cream again," and I'm like, "Oh, cool!" And I'm yet to have Yuengling ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't make its way out this way either. So, but yeah, it never really went away because they started I think after Prohibition, they still just kept all the ice cream stuff running. But
Oh, okay, because the ice cream plant is across the street from the brewery.
yeah, because I think a lot of other breweries, rather than ice cream, they switched to soda, and so a lot of those older breweries kept soda running as their side hustle. Even in Wilkes-Barre, I don't think Lion's Head is old enough, but
Stegmeyer
yeah,
was the brewer of Lion's Head. Yeah. Lion's Head's fun. With the caps with the puzzles on them.
yeah. Drank a lot of Lion's Head.
That was college beer right there.
Yeah, that's my brother's staple. That's my brother's lawn mowing beer. He keeps that for when he mows the lawn. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So now that we've talked a whole lot about Yuengling, and
I'm sorry, I bogarted the Yuengling.
That's fine because it goes right into the news story. And for anybody else who's listening, there's a reason why people can get hyped about Yuengling again. Adam, what is
Because
that
it's
reason?
coming to a new market and a big market. It's coming to the Lone Star State. It's coming to Texas. Fall 2021.
Yeah.
Yuengling and Shiner together at last. On the bottom shelf.
Yeah, on the bottom shelf, finally able to do battle.
Somebody tell Jerry Jones he's got.
Honestly, you know what, Adam? I don't think Yuengling and Shiner are on the bottom shelf. That's got to be Lone Star.
I say Shiner is not bottom shelf. Now, some people will disagree with me, and those people are wrong. Shiner is not bottom shelf. It is solid middle shelf.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't like Yuengling, but I don't think it's bottom shelf either. Yeah, you have Lone Star. That's got to be bottom shelf. And then the equivalent would be American here in PA.
Ugh, American.
I saw it on the clearance rack at JR's,
Ugh.
and I just laughed. I was like,
That American and American Light are probably two of my worst beers I've ever had in my life. And that was when I was in college.
yes.
So the bar was already low.
Yeah, that was when your palate was already garbage.
Yeah. But this is one of the Yuengling's first ventures with their coordination with, what is it, Miller Coolers, I think it is, they hooked up with.
Yeah, Miller
to be
Coors
able-
is doing their distro.
Yes. So one craft behemoth is hooking up with a regular behemoth to spread their wealth to Texas. So look out for it, people of Houston. If you want it, you can go get it this fall.
Neat.
Oh, cool.
Or you can
That's cool.
You could drive over to Louisiana and pick it up if you wanted to as well, because it's already there.
Texas is its own thing.
Yeah. Yuengling is going through the 70s Mississippi divide. Like,
Getting rid of that bootlegging.
yeah, 50 years late.
They're old and slow. Leave them alone.
So instead of a Trans Am, they're just using a Tesla.
Right. Yeah. It's the Tesla truck running Bandit.
Oh, yuck. I need some quinoa and a LaCroix. I'm in a goddamn hurry.
I drink LaCroix all the time.
I do too.
What's your favorite flavor? I got a refrigerator full of pamplemousse. I don't know about you.
So admittedly, I go for the key lime when I can find it.
Oh, key lime is my number 2. It's a solid number 2.
But it's so hard to find for some reason.
Really?
I can find regular lime all day, every day. Key lime, that's a treat when I can find it.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, the grapefruit pamplemousse, that's my go-to.
I like the Night Cola.
I don't know that I've ever had that.
It tastes exactly like cola. but it has all the benefits of not having, sugar and calories.
Ugh.
I'm gonna have to get that.
I've never had that one.
And it comes in the Brew Gentleman cans.
Oh, tall boys, tall skinnies.
For Adam and our Pittsburgh listeners who will get that. All right, so I got one last news story.
Okay.
And this one was a news story that became a double news story, and you'll like this one a lot, Adam.
I'm listening.
I found out that the official beer of the Mo Betta Golf Tour that was co-founded by John Daly
Mm-hmm.
I love him.
has officially named Michael Waltrip Brewing as the official beer of the golf tour.
I think that's beautiful. I love that. I love everything about that.
That's some hand in glove right there.
Yeah,
It's perfectly.
right. But that led me to a different story of Michael Waltrip has his own brewing company and he named it the Michael Waltrip Brewing Company.
Oh yeah.
Apparently it started production, established itself in August 2020. And they have 3 beers that they're offering: a blonde ale, the Checkered Past Coconut IPA, and the Vamanos Mexican lager.
Bless their hearts. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
They're-
How do you market craft beer to the NASCAR crowd? That's what I want to know.
you just
You
put
can't. How do you do it?
you put
So-
Michael Waltrip's name on it. You can't name it anything else. You have to put the actual racer's name. So
Right? Seriously. Oh my God.
Full disclosure, I have had craft beer at a NASCAR race successfully before.
But you can, I'm sure you've had it successfully.
You really have to go find it.
Yeah, you have to try. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it was Alaskan Brewing, which makes a fantastic Kolsch.
Alaskan
What?
makes a lot of fantastic.
I think because it's a good brewery.
Yeah, just whatever.
But I'm pretty sure it was like a 20-to-1 ratio of Budweiser to anything else.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Full disclosure. We would go to Pocono every year for the NASCAR race.
Mhm.
The one that I think they had it on Father's Day. Yeah. We would go to the June race at Pocono and, the tri-oval. Gotta love it.
The tricky
yeah.
triangle.
Yeah, that's right, baby. Oh God, I remember the year they rebuilt the women's bathrooms at the Pocono Raceway. It was a beautiful thing because you got in and out super fast. Otherwise, but anyway, we would get up super early in the morning and get there and tailgate, and we'd cook breakfast in the parking lot at Pocono Raceway, and my dad would always bring good beer that nobody else was allowed to have because he's like, no, I'm going to drink this here because I'm not paying $12 for garbage in there because I'm going to drink all of this before we go in
and then coast
and then watch the race and so that I could drive everybody home.
That's a veteran move right there.
Exactly. I was 12 in my Terry Labonte t-shirt and I'm like, that's a smart man that I came from. So anyway, I'm sorry.
But yeah, there you go. You can start finding Michael Waltrip beers on that golf tour, and coming later this year, they're going to try to open a tap room in Arizona.
All right.
Yeah. So, hey, I hope they work a little bit more on their portfolio because 3 beers alone they will not survive.
It's not going to cut it.
But I think it was interesting that one of the first 3 flagships they came out with was a coconut IPA. It's kind of brave. It's kind of brave.
I like where their head's at because they kind of have to try to make some sort of splash, you would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that takes nuts.
Coconuts.
Nah. All right. Well, let's quickly come back to the beers that we were drinking this segment.
Yes. I guess we'll go ahead, Steve. No,
yeah, I of course was drinking the Drift by New Trail. It's okay. I don't know. I'm not blown away. But it wasn't bad either. It wasn't bad.
So let me ask you this. If it was in a Mix-a-Six cooler and you had an open slot after you got everything else, would you grab one?
Well, I mean, that's how this one came about because I was at JR's and I was at Mix. I was at the Mix of Six and I grabbed one new trail. So if I go back to JR's or if I'm at House of Brews and I see a single of a different new trail, I'll try that one. I'm willing to give it at least 2 more tries before I make a decision.
Gotcha. Well, that makes sense. That's the right approach.
Right. But so far, it's middling IPA. So, yeah.
All right, then.
Yeah.
Lauren, how about you? How is your 8,000 ingredient beer?
You know what? Every single ingredient is working for this beer. I seriously, I do. I like it. It's not, like I said, it's not boozy, even though it's strong. This is the kind of beer that I think would fool people. And what I mean by that is, there's a beer out of Miami. It's a Belgian triple called Tourist Trap out of MIA Brewing.
I believe we've had it.
Okay. Well, you see what I'm saying is that beer is tasty, but very, very strong. So people aren't going to realize how strong it is and drink it. And then they're like, oh no, this beer with all this stuff, I feel like some of it kind of cancels each other out in that it's just nice. If that makes it, I don't know. I'm not being super articulate, but I like it.
That makes sense. It makes sense.
I do. I like this beer quite a bit.
Nice. Man, we got so much beer we got to drink. I think it's time for a new one.
Oh, God. Yeah. Okay. We can.
Adam's apple was still good for you, Adam?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's still apple cider, so there's really not much to get into on it.
Okay.
If you like apple cider, you'll like this beer. If you don't like apple cider, try it anyways because it's from 4 Points and they make good stuff.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I wish I could dissect it a bit more, but honestly, sometimes the simplest explanation is the best.
Cool.
Tastes like apple cider.
All right.
Get you drunk.
Well, we'll be right back with segment 2, and we'll learn more about the Weird Al podcast. Stay tuned.
First Sip Brew Box is a one-of-a-kind subscription service for craft beer lovers based right here in Pittsburgh. Every month, First Sip will send you a box full of craft beer enthusiast essentials, including t-shirts, glassware, and even food. Right now, our friends at First Sip Brew Box have an offer for you. Just sign up for a 3-month subscription and get your 4th month free. Just enter the code HOPUSA when you sign up at firstsipbrewbox.com. That's HOPUSA at checkout to get your 4th month free at firstsipbrewbox.com.
Welcome back, everybody. It is segment 2 of 185 of the Hop Nation USA podcast. That's enough numbers. Let's start talking beers and Weird Al. We are here with Lauren of the Weird Al podcast, which is awesome. Let's get into the beers before we get into the Al. Lauren, I'll let you go first. What beer are you drinking on this time around?
Okay. I broke out the last of my holiday stash of Mad Elf from Troegs.
Nice.
It is not Christmas if I don't have Troegs. And since I moved to Florida, it's been a bit of a project to get some Mad Elf by Troegs. But suffice to say, I have Mad Elf by Troegs.
Nice.
I assume somebody sent you cooking supplies?
Candles.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
Yeah. And you know, it works because I actually have a small side hustle where I make candles in empty beer cans. So I'm like, you know what? The weight is about the same. You wrap it about the same. So when I send my candles to people, I'm like, it's candles.
No one's suspicious.
It's candles. So yeah, somebody sent me candles, and it's been wonderful this year because Troegs finally put Mad Elf in cans instead of bottles. So it was so much easier. My poor friend who sent them to me the past couple of years went through probably a metric ton of bubble wrap.
Yeah.
But now I have so much easier.
I have so much bubble wrap in my living room right now. That's a bit of a tease for next week. Hint, hint.
It's also good because we'll need it for the glasses.
Yeah, we will.
Oh, well, it's also a nice little homage to Weird Al's song "White and Nerdy." Spend my nights with a roll of bubble wrap. Pop, pop, hope no one sees me getting freaky.
That's a perfect tie-in.
I do what I can. You know, I love them. I love Weird Al.
So, Steve, I think it's your turn to talk about some beers. What do you got?
Well, keeping within my theme of triannuary,
Mm-hmm.
and this is going to be maybe somewhat surprising to the listeners, but I'm trying General Braddock out of the can.
Oh, okay. All right. Had me in the first half.
I know. I gotcha. So for those who don't know, General Braddock, brewed by Brew Gentlemen right here in wonderful Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, specifically Braddock, PA, famous for its large mares and carry furnaces. So, yeah, it's a 6.8% American IPA. It's very flavorful.
It is the home of the Lieutenant Governor's Mansion
Mm-hmm.
/ car dealership. So for those that are not aware, our Pennsylvania's Lieutenant Governor, John Fetterman, the John Fetterman.
I'm pretty sure everybody at this point is aware of John Fetterman with the way he's been going off.
Well, I mean, he's owed at least $2 million worth of Sheets cards from the Lieutenant Governor of Texas.
How are we going to be sending them Yuengling when they owe us $2 million?
Somebody needs to get on Twitter and tell him about this. The governor's mansion has officially been moved to Braddock because he did not want to use the lieutenant governor's mansion in Harrisburg. That way it would free up funds for the state. And his home is a former car dealership, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Did he keep the flags outside?
No. It's actually, go check it out. It is a very nice setup. Like, they did a fantastic job of renovating the place. I would totally hang out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of things in Braddock that were formerly other things.
Mm-hmm. Repurposed USA.
Yeah, but as far as the General Braddock goes, hey, still really flavorful IPA. I mean, there's a reason why it's kind of a standard bearer in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know, not much has changed from putting it in the can, but I wanted to try it out of the can, and now I did.
Did you want to try it out of the can, or you just wanted to have it and not drive all the way down to Braddock?
Both. Things can be both. Things can be both.
So for me, I am not in Pennsylvania. I am the outlier once again. I tried to catch up in terms of ABV, but I have the Crimson Velvet.
Ooh.
Which is a Raspberry Imperial IPA. Now, I have to read this because I can't memorize it. It is an unfiltered Imperial IPA brewed with red raspberries, aged on French oak spirals, and dry hopped with Enigma hops.
Oh, you fancy.
You don't even know.
No, it's an Enigma.
Oh. But this is coming from Haw River Farmhouse Ales. They're out of Saxapahaw. I think that's how you pronounce it. Saxapahaw, North Carolina. And this is just a flighty little one. 11.2%.
Oh, you beat me this round. I thought I was going to win this round because Mad Elf, of course, is 11.
Right.
Champion.
No, by 0.2. No.
But it has a very, you can't quite see it on the camera. It looks a lot more brownish than what it really is. It's got a nice red look to it.
Does this look red on camera?
It does.
That looks more red on camera, but yours look pretty red too, Adam.
Maybe it's just what I'm seeing looking back at me.
Yeah.
But,
it looks pretty red to me.
It's reddish.
It's a unit. I'll tell you what. You have to take a couple of sips to kind of get used to it a little bit, because it's not strong in terms of alcohol, but there is a lot of taste going on. You kind of got to figure it out a little bit.
Does it lean more IPA or more? Because, I mean, you rattle off 3 different things that doesn't sound, I mean, not that they don't go together, but there's 3 different competing things in IPA, raspberry, and French oak spirals.
So I would say that the IPA is in the bronze medal position.
Okay.
And then I think I put oak in the silver, and then I'd have to put the raspberries in the gold medal position.
Okay.
Oh, that sounds kind of yummy, actually.
It kind of is. I'm kind of digging it. I'll be honest. This is the first time I've had anything by them. Shout out to my friend Greg for hooking me up with this. Thank you, Greg.
That's definitely something I would probably really enjoy, I bet.
I love raspberries in beer. I really, really do. We have an upcoming episode of my podcast, which I guess I'll be talking about in a minute. I'm having a raspberry marshmallow coconut mead.
Oh,
that I'm kind of super like pumped to talk about. So
I never thought about putting anything like marshmallow in a mead.
I know. That's why I got this. I was like, oh my God. First of all, I love mead. Mead is what got me through like the deep darkness of quarantine when it initially happened. Mead was my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And then this mead kind of popped up on my radar. I'm like, marshmallow and mead, really? Okay, like I have to try. I haven't had it yet because I only have the one bottle of it. But yeah, I'm stoked. It's lined up for an upcoming episode. So
Now I'm curious what song you're going to try to pair that with.
okay, the mead is called "Same Old Jam."
All right. I don't want to ruin anything.
No, you're not going to ruin anything. I don't really care.
It's a tease for the episode.
It's a tease for the episode. We're actually going to hit, for the first time, Weird Al's eponymous debut album from 1981.
Okay.
And we're going to be talking about Gotta Boogie.
Nice.
Which is ostensibly about dancing, but it's mostly having a booger on your finger. It's great.
I think that's the perfect segue to start talking about your podcast more.
Yay.
Yeah.
So, Lauren, who are you and what the hell are you doing here?
I don't know, and I don't know. No. Yeah. All right. I'm Lauren, and my brother and I, when COVID hit, we were like, oh no, we're not going to be able to visit each other this year. We're all these states apart, and we usually get to see each other once or twice a year. And we'd been noodling around with the idea of putting a podcast together for a while, but we hadn't figured out, like, what are we going to talk about? Like, what's it going to be? What's going to set us apart from all the other stuff out there? And one day we just kind of had we love Weird Al and we love beer. Can we talk about those two things together? And Weird Al was born from that. And it's been a learning process, but it's been a lot of fun. And I say the entire time, if nobody listens to us, I almost don't care. Like, I do care. Please listen to the Weird Al podcast. But I almost don't care because I have an excuse to drink a beer with my brother who lives, like 850 miles away on a regular basis. And we have a beer and we talk and we just have fun for, an hour or so regularly. And we have talked more now since COVID hit at the beginning of 2020 than I think we have since I moved from Pennsylvania to Florida. Mm-hmm. Which is crazy because we lived so close to each other. We lived in the same house for, 18 plus years. But we've talked more this year, like I don't want to use the word meaningful because I'm not sure how meaningful our conversations actually are. But we've talked more in a like an enjoyable, personal, connected kind of way than I think we ever have in at least our adult lives. And it's been so great to be able to do that, and that people actually want to listen to it is blowing my mind a little bit. But yeah, that's what the Weird Al podcast is. We pair a beer with a Weird Al song, and we let the conversation take us where it takes us. Sometimes we're really on track and really on point. Sometimes we go off on tangents, but we always end up back where we're going eventually.
There might be a little opera in there, but you'll get back.
Oh my God, you heard the opera?
Oh, yes.
I sang Climb Every Mountain from The Sound of Music. That's one of my relaxing things to do. If I'm ever super stressed out, I put on a super operatic voice and sing Climb Every Mountain.
Fantastic. I'll admit, I do not.
Nor do I.
No, I don't think anybody other than me does that. But hey, whatever your zen is, just own it and feel it.
If it works, it works.
Exactly.
The other tangent that I also wanted to let you know that you're in good company with is you were discussing with your brother that Moe's is better than Chipotle. Yeah, it for sure is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course it is. Okay. Talking about our tangents and on your episode about sandwiches, Did you
Yeah.
hear our tangent about sandwiches? When first of all, it started with a hot dog is a sandwich,
Thank
That's
you.
fact.
and then we kind of went off on it for about 5 whole minutes. I can't remember what episode it was, but that was a really fun. I don't know. It was a fun conversation, though. I think you should listen to every episode of the Weird Al podcast until you come upon the conversation where we talk about hot dogs being sandwiches, because we talked about Pop-Tarts are technically ravioli.
And also sandwiches.
Yes. Well, but all sandwiches are also tacos. So
Right. That's also true.
So
Oh, see, we
Pop-Tarts are tacos.
Raviolis are small calzones, which calzones are also sandwiches, and raviolis are Pop-Tarts. You know, ravioli could be considered the kind of the phylum of a sandwich that Pop-Tarts belong to.
Okay. Oh, I like that. Yes, phylum. Bring that word in there. I
Yeah.
enjoy that. Oh, okay. So is cereal soup?
Cereal is soup. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Thank
so.
you.
Yeah.
I think so.
Cereal is soup, and that is the precedent for that is vichyssoise, which is a cold soup.
Mm-hmm.
Are we just gonna let gazpacho just go and not be mentioned at all?
No, I mentioned
Maybe it's
gazpacho in that comment.
Maybe
It's
it's good.
gazpacho.
Yeah, maybe gazpacho is the cold one. Maybe vichyssoise isn't the cold one, or
I
maybe
just
it's also cold potato leek soup.
Can
Whatever.
you just say vichyssoise one more time?
vichyssoise?
Thank you. Sometimes I just like hearing things.
Trust me, there's a lot of people who speak French that are putting fingers in their ears and trying to deafen themselves from hearing that.
I will no longer listen to this podcast.
It does not say vichyssoise connecté.
I took French in high school, and the only thing I know how to do is ask to go to the bathroom.
That's
I took German,
I mean,
and I don't know how to do that. I'll admit.
But at least
Oh.
you could pronounce like Hefeweizen properly.
But sometimes I don't on purpose.
yeah. Hefeweizen.
I noticed when you said Kolsch that, like, I was like, oh, he sounds like he knows what he's talking about.
Fooled another one.
Got him.
Got him.
So the one word that I picked, and we talked about this episode previously, but I think it was the word pashmin, which was
When did we talk about pashmin?
no, we didn't.
Oh, they talked about
They
pashmin.
did, yeah. Pashmin, which is basically the same thing as an homage.
Yeah.
Pastiche.
Pastiche, yes, pastiche.
Pastiche.
I had to stop and look that word up, and afterwards, it's like, holy crap! I learned something. This is awesome.
Hey, you know, we try to educate. I'm actually a university professor. I teach and I teach at the University of North Florida. So God, if my students listen to anything that I do,
Yes.
it makes me cooler, right? It does. I think.
Yeah. It shows that you do something outside of, grading papers.
Yeah, I have a life. I'm a human, so I'm
Yeah.
allowed to teach them stuff. And I'm actually working on a class right now. I'm designing a writing course about parody and pastiche and satire. So I'm working on things to read, listen to, and watch that are good examples of parody, pastiche, and satire, so that I can develop a lesson plan off of that to see what my students can create in that genre, as Alex Trebek would say.
So in that development, I know we're going a bit off topic here.
I don't care.
Now I'm genuinely curious.
Yeah.
Besides Weird Al, the Airplane movies, and Naked Gun, what other examples are there out there?
Anything Mel Brooks has done.
Oh shit! Yeah, forgot about that.
The Lonely Island. They do a lot of pastiche type deals.
Okay,
So,
yeah, I'll buy
like that kind of stuff. I mean, Dick in a Box is a pastiche.
It is.
Yeah. Not of any one specific thing, but of, again, I'm going to do it, but it's a pastiche of a genre of music.
What a sentence!
It's a pastiche of a genre. That's what it is. Oh my God. But yeah, so it is, because you look at the outfits they're wearing, it's that like really exaggerated early 90s R&B kind of thing.
Yes.
And then the music itself is, I put my dick in a box. right? So
Yeah.
they've got that going for it. So your brain knows when that music was, whether consciously or subconsciously. And that's what a good pastiche should do. It should make you feel like it's something comfortable, but then hit you with the unexpected. So when you think, if you can think back to the first time you saw that sketch, right? You were seeing like, oh, this is familiar imagery. I wonder where this is going. And then it was like, dick in a box. Like, oh, that's it. So it's kind of turning something on its head.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's what a good pastiche should do. Just like Weird Al does with one of our favorites, Dare to Be Stupid, right? That's a pastiche of Devo.
Yes. The best Devo song ever written.
It is. And actually Mark Mothersbaugh
Mark Mothersbaugh.
Mark Mothersbaugh of Devo even admitted that.
Yep. That is no longer a question on the next quiz.
Oh, shit. He said to Weird Al, he was like, how did you make that sound happen? And Weird Al's like, I'm Weird Al. I did it. I made it happen. I don't know. But like growing up listening to Weird Al with my brother, which is like one of the catalysts for the podcast in the first place, was we kind of found a way to meld our adult selves with our childhood selves. Because our childhood selves were like all about Weird Al. And then once we were able to enjoy craft beer, we were like, oh, craft beer is awesome. Hey.
Hey,
which in itself is full of parody and pun. And
yes. The names of beers are amazing. Absolutely amazing. I think Weird Al would be proud of it. Like, Weird Al doesn't drink. Which I love him. He can do no wrong. I'm like, okay, like I don't 100% like get that he's a vegan and he doesn't drink, but my bologna, like, okay.
Yeah. He's earned it. He's earned it.
And Weird Al bought me pizza with pepperoni on it. So then.
Oh, it stopped right there. You can't blow past that one.
I went to the VIP experience at one of the concerts, and one of the things that you get when you like after the concert, you go into the VIP area to get to meet Weird Al. There's pizza waiting for you. And it's got like real cheese and real pepperoni. So this vegan is giving you this real pizza because he knows who his people are. Right?
He gets it.
He gets it. He understands things. And actually, in honor of doing this with you guys today, I'm wearing the t-shirt that I got at my very first Weird Al concert in 1999. Here, I'll show you. It's the saga.
Fantastic.
The saga begins. And so this shirt is old enough to drink.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay.
Damn. That just kind of hit me real hard because I just realized people who were born in 2000 are actually like way past 18.
And I'm going back to my t-shirt drawer as well, thinking of a couple of t-shirts that are in the same category.
Isn't it crazy? It's crazy, right? Like, I remember getting this shirt, and the fact that I still have the shirt and that it's like wearable, like I wore it out today in the world, and it was older probably than the kid that rang me out at the grocery store.
Probably.
Oh God. And I'm not that old, I'm like, oh my God, my shirt is older than you, Sonny boy. Yeah, I've been doing this thing for the Weird Al podcast, and so far, every day in 2021, I have worn Weird Al. I went 2 full weeks without repeating a shirt.
So is that the goal?
That's a lot of Weird Al shirts.
As a whole, to do a Weird Al shirt every day, or
maybe for at least like part of the day. It wouldn't necessarily like it's gonna get way too hot in Florida to wear like a shirt with even like short sleeves at some point. So yeah, I might sleep in it, but I feel like, every day in 2021, a Weird Al garment should grace my body at some point.
That's a good goal.
I have enough to do that. It's like if you got 2 weeks worth of something, you can do laundry and rotate.
Yeah.
Through.
And there's long enough distance between when you can wear them that no one's going to really notice or care.
Exactly. exactly. And I just ordered a couple more. 2 just came today from the Weird Al store. They're just nice, like cute little, like plain blackish girls cut tees with like Weird Al Yankovic and like a fun font on the front. So it could be business casual if I need it to be. But yeah, and then actually for our show, we just had some merch made, so you can find that on our Twitter. So I've got a couple of shirts for my own podcast coming, which I'm going to count in the Weird Al Everyday 2021. That's the hashtag, by the way. Weird Al Everyday 2021.
Nice.
So I'm going to count that because our logo kind of incorporates Weird Al's hair. So it's in the, it's in there. So
I definitely count the our podcast shirts as part of my beer shirt collection.
As you should. I need some of your pint glasses because that's a thing that I like to collect and have.
Check out the Fueled by Hops shop, and you can buy one. We'll ship it to you. But
I wasn't asking for one for free. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'm just saying that's where you buy them. You got to buy them off Fueled by Hops. We don't have them. We don't have our own store. We're selling them through a friend's store who does a lot more glassware than us.
Yeah.
Word.
There's small potatoes, and then there's us. We're down below the small potatoes.
Oh, you're fingerling potatoes.
Well, I wouldn't say we're small potatoes, Adam. I'm just saying our game is more T-shirts.
This is true, and masks.
Yeah, T-shirts and masks.
Yes.
Yes. Visit our TeePublic store for all our T-shirts and mask designs. I just put a new one up this week.
I saw that.
That's where ours are.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I wanted to jump back to the idea of pastiche and parody. Yes. Obviously, we're talking about Weird Al, and I think it might be around the horn with this, but one of the favorite things on Weird Al albums, because it's something to expect, is the polka medley.
Yes, the polka.
Does the polka medley fall into the realm of pastiche because it does draw upon like nostalgia, and you can listen to one and automatically know what time period that we're kind of that you're listening to.
It doesn't necessarily fall under pastiche. I would say it's a cover, just in a different style.
Okay.
Yeah. And Weird Al has actually, let's see, most of his albums have polkas on them, except for the first one. UHF has one. Even Worse doesn't have. Okay, so the Weird Al album, Even Worse, and oh my God, my brother's gonna shoot me. There's one more I think that doesn't have a polka. I don't remember. But we do have coming up in March. We're doing a polka bracket where John and I are going through all of the polkas, and we're having a friend of ours play kind of host and referee as John and I fight it out to see which Weird Al polka comes out number one, because who doesn't like a good wop? Which stands for Weird Al polka.
That wop is a bop.
That wop is a bop. Oh my God, I'm totally using that, by the way. Because we say that, my brother's like, it's a bop. It slaps. I'm like, well, that wop bops. Oh God, I love it.
Use it. Take it. It's yours.
Yay.
I mean, if you're doing that, you might as well set up, Twitter polls as well to run a March Madness bracket. Pretty much every podcast does.
Oh, yeah, I know. And we probably will, we'll probably record it, and then I'll make the brackets on, the polls on Twitter. And see where people line up, and then be like, hey, y'all are wrong.
Here's the research as to why you're wrong.
Yeah, because this is what we agreed upon. We're the experts.
I think
we're doing a polka bracket, and we're doing an album bracket as well.
Ooh, that one's going to be tough.
I know.
I think Final Four in the polka bracket is going to be alternative polka, angry white boy polka, polka face, and then polka party.
Interesting.
The polka party, and that album.
Polka Party's good. Polka Party's underrated, the song and the album.
Mm-hmm. I had that cassette. That was one of the first cassettes I've ever had.
1986.
Yeah, but what was it? Just starting with Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer.
I wanna be Sledgehammer.
It's because it just sounds like carnival music.
It's great. It's
But
great.
it's so fun.
What was nice with that, with a lot of the older polkas, was it admittedly introduced me to some music that I had no idea existed. Because like I liked, I liked the vibe of it, but I didn't know what the actual song was. So I had to go back and listen to it, and it actually expanded my horizons of this music that was honestly before my time.
Yeah. Oh, it does that. It absolutely does that. Like my brother, I think, even agrees that the alternative polka is the reason why alternative music is his genre of choice.
Genre.
Have you ever seen that YouTube video that I think it was Austin Rogers put together of like every time Alex Trebek said genre?
No, I haven't seen that.
No, but I'm going to.
It's like
I've seen Jeff Pretty.
Oh my God! It's one YouTube video that just goes Jean, and it's amazing. It stops sounding like a word.
It just sort of sounds like something that's falling out of his mouth.
Jean.
So I have another theoretical question as well.
Yeah.
And this is for everybody basically, but do you think Weird Al appeals more to Pennsylvanians because we're already inoculated to polka music, being that we kind of grew up with it, and especially if you grew up in Pittsburgh, you already were used to polka parodies in the Pittsburgh Steelers fight song? Do you think we're inoculated to, the accordion music gets a lot of bad rap, but we're just kind of inoculated to that sound already, so we enjoy it more?
That's interesting. And you're not even the first person to bring this up to me. We had a guest on our show, our buddy Tim, who has a couple podcasts of his own, Married Mash and Hometown Crowd podcasts. But anyway, Tim is super cool, and he was originally from Ohio, and he kind of brought up something similar, that most Weird Al fans are from that kind of part of the country, like Ohio, Pennsylvania. The Rust Belt. That again would be, like growing up on polka, because strike up the music, the band has begun, the Pennsylvania polka, right?
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. Like, that's a really good question. Like, my brother and I got into Weird Al because our dad actually got Weird Al's first album from the Columbia Record Club. And he loved it. He was like, this guy's great. And so Weird Al's kind of always been around in our lives. So I don't know, but you're probably not wrong. Like that makes sense, because
I was just wondering if that's something that, you or Adam has noticed, growing up around polka music, that you kind of gravitated, not, but it just didn't offend you the same way like a lot of people are not into it at all. There's some real polka haters out there.
Damn them.
So I think there's two separate camps. One camp is the camp that Steve, you and I are in, and Lauren as well, being from Pennsylvania, is that we were already kind of indoctrinated into it. So we saw it and we just sort of melted into it. But then I think there's the other camp that saw it as overly ironic and heard it, but then irony turned into, legitimate enjoyment.
Yeah, just enjoyment. Just as it goes.
And then there's that third camp of haters that I don't want to talk to them.
Fair enough.
I think that there were two distinct camps, and they all kind of ended up together. Just one enjoyed it legitimately, the other one was kind of making fun of it, and then, oh wait, this is actually really good.
Yeah, because Weird Al is amazing on the accordion. I was driving around in the car not too long ago listening to Weird Al, and there was a passage in Everything You Know Is Wrong, which is the second track off of Bad Hair Day. Mm-hmm. And the accordion solo in that song, I literally out loud said to myself in the car, damn, that's some hot accordion. And who says that?
If that's not on a T-shirt by the end of March, I'm going to be disappointed.
I've got a friend.
Those are your merch plans.
That's my merch plans. Yeah, damn, that's some hot accordion. Oh, that's a good. Noted.
Because I would buy that. I would buy multiple versions of that. Also
noted. Damn, that's some hot accordion. Can I also say that actually Mad Elf was the beer that John and I both had on the very first episode of the Weird Al podcast?
Oh, right on.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I would say if you're going to listen to the Weird Al podcast, do not start with that episode because it's great, but the audio is terrible.
We totally get that.
Yeah,
We have similar advice.
We were babies. We were funny babies, but we were still babies. But yeah, we both had Mad Elf when we talked about the night Santa went crazy. So I was like, all right, if this is the segment where I get to talk about my podcast, I'm going to have the beer that ushered in this podcast.
The OG.
The OGB.
Hey, that brings us to you, Adam. What about your beer?
Yes, the Crimson Velvet by Haw River. This is, you got to know what you're getting into for this one. I'll be perfectly honest. Pretty heavy beer, to be perfectly honest. This is the kind of beer that you kind of have to plan your night around.
Yeah.
And possibly
You have to plan your night around.
I have to plan my night around.
Average people have to plan their night around.
Well, not all of us are floating cyberheads, Steve. I'm sorry.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, you're mesmerizing. You are absolutely mesmerizing.
I'm surprised that image isn't on a mask yet.
It's not that great. I don't want to sell myself like that.
I'd
Nobody
wear that
would.
on a tank top. Like a writer.
That could be like some Steveception shit. You wearing that face mask,
Ah.
and then you can have a face mask on the head, and then it all goes all the way down.
Ah.
Smart.
Thinking.
Layers.
Thinking brains on.
That's right. This is no longer a podcast. This is just a marketing brainstorming.
Yeah.
I know. We're all just be like, hey, you should make that. You should do this. We'll be.
Marketing pitch session.
Worst Shark Tank ever.
Yeah.
I know. This is Mad Men.
But yeah, this Crimson Velvet, it's good, but you got to know what you're getting into before you have it. But if you find it, get it.
Sure.
Where's that from again? I'm sorry. It's been a while.
Haw River Farmhouse Ales out of Saxbahaw, North Carolina.
I wonder if I can get that.
Maybe. If you can, give it a rip.
Yeah. And of
I don't
course,
know what I'm getting into, at least.
yeah. Well, you don't know what you're getting into, but you know to be prepared.
That's right.
Yes.
I'll be ready. I'll
Brace
be ready.
yourself.
And of course, I am drinking the General Braddock from Brew Gentleman out of Braddock, PA. It's a standard bearer IPA. It's one of the early versions of IPA that's like really stood out as craft beer was emerging in Pittsburgh. And it's still very flavorful, and it has like that big opening of citrus on the front end, and just drinks really smoothly otherwise. So yeah, not much to say about it. And if you're in Pittsburgh, you already know about it. I just wanted to try it out of the can because I for some reason just had not bought it yet.
They're different in cans, and I appreciate you doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like things are different. I feel like Mad Elf even rips different in a can than it did in a bottle. So
oh for sure.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And speaking of,
What?
Lauren,
What?
that's your cue. How was your beer?
She was already talking about it.
It's really good. It's one of my favorite beers ever. It's not Christmas if I don't have Mad Elf. And now that I finished my last Mad Elf, Christmas is officially over, even though I took my tree down a week ago.
So to recap,
My
this was
tree
an
bit me
11.2.
when I took it down. It was, mine was 11. I had a 10 and an 11. So
Oh boy. For a change, I'm not the one that's all ripped up. I'm usually the one that gets into the goose juice and goes off into outer space, but yeah,
That's good, clean, all-American fun, Steve.
that's fine.
yeah, it's not all American.
Yeah, some of it is Belgian.
Oh, speaking of Belgian, really quick before this segment runs out, this behind me is actually Saint Arnaldus, the patron saint of Belgian beers. So you don't think I'm
So
being
it
like super religious. It's just my beer saint.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah. Like I'm Catholic, but I'm not that Catholic.
Things Pennsylvanians say.
I think that's a good place to end this segment.
Bingo.
All right, we'll be right back with segment 3, a new beer, same people, I hope.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'll be
We'll
back.
be back for the great Weird Al quiz.
Are you tired of watching the same old awesome movies? Are B movies more your style? Then the folks over at They Call This a Movie have you covered. Join us every Thursday as we review the worst of the worst in sci-fi, action, comedy, and more. We are available on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, and Podbean at theycalledthisamovie.podbean.com. They Called This a Movie, testing the strength of friendships, one terrible movie at a time.
Welcome back, everybody. We do, in fact, have the same people here. Nobody ran away. We also didn't add anybody, which would have been even weirder.
That's a problem.
That would be a problem.
I like weird.
And if you do like weird, this is the perfect podcast to get in on that, because we are talking Weird Al. We are talking beer. We are talking Beard Al and the Beard Al podcast. Lauren is still here.
I think so.
Lauren, what beer
Yes.
are you drinking?
Oh, God. Okay. I have a beer from Other Half Brewing in Brooklyn, New York,
Ah, okay.
called Greenbacks. It is a double dry hopped India Pale Ale, and it's good. I didn't get it. It doesn't say much on the can, and I didn't have the opportunity to read too much about it. When I got this in my beer box, there were 4 beers from Other Half, and they were all IPAs, all kind of with different hop type situations going on with them. And I just kind of grabbed one literally at random out of the fridge and said, well, I'm going to go with this one. And this one is kind of fun because the label is broccoli.
Nice.
It's cute. It's a cute little broccoli guy. And actually, I can tell you what the hops are in this guy. If you just give me a second, it is Azaka, Citra, Mosaic, and Topaz.
Ooh, that's a good combination.
And it is a good combination. I like it quite a bit. And it clocks in at 6.8. So as far as I guess what I've had so far today, this is a light beer.
See, you're coasting down.
Exactly. I started at 10. I went to 11, like Spinal Tap, and then which is also a parody,
Yes.
Yes, very much so.
and then went down.
And now you'll be ready to drive home after the race.
Yeah, Daryl Waltrip.
Look, I get home from Poconos.
I'm sorry, Michael Waltrip. I prefer Daryl over Michael, but the Waltrips are both very nice. Michael's the one with the beer, though.
He's a 2-time Daytona 500 winner. You put
Yes,
some
he
respect
is.
on that name.
We put some respect on that name.
That's
Yes,
the
you
brand.
do.
It's the brand of the beer. It's 2-time.
I grew up a Terry Labonte fan.
Texas Terry.
2 for Texas Terry. I have the T-shirt that says 2 for Texas Terry. He holds the distinction of being the NASCAR Winston Cup driver with the longest span between NASCAR Winston Cup championships from 1984 to 1996. And when I met him, I cried.
Did he dry your tears with his mustache?
No, he had shaved it off by that point. I liked him because he drove the car with the cornflakes on it.
I can't hate you for that one. I really
No,
can't.
it's like, I'm sorry, I'm 12. I prefer cornflakes over Skull. Like, what do you want from me?
Do they still do Winston Cup?
No.
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 I didn't think they still
No.
let Siggy sponsor stuff.
No. They call it the cup.
Okay.
It went from like Winston to Nextel.
Okay.
Yeah. Then it went to Sprint, and now
Sprints.
it's some weird conglomeration of major sponsors.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
they just call it the cup,
Yes.
which covers the balls.
Fair enough. I didn't know. I didn't think they still let Siggy's put money towards stuff. So
They don't.
They do not.
I had a friend who got in trouble for wearing his Rusty Wallace jacket to school because it said Winston on it. And they're like, we can't have that cigarette coat in school.
Wait a minute.
I think we
Rusty
all do
Wallace,
this.
wasn't he sponsored by both
By Miller Lite.
and in a previous iteration by Kodiak?
Yeah, it's But it was the Winston that was the problem.
I think we all had that kid in school that got sent home for the NASCAR like Budweiser jacket or something like that.
So stupid. So
Then he
stupid.
came back with the Stone Cold Steve Austin baseball jersey.
What?
All right, Steve, it's your turn. What beer are you drinking?
So I've got a beer that I'm trying. Again, I'm still in triannuary mood. I am trying the Toppling Goliath Sosas.
Oh, yeah.
And
Survey says?
survey says, oh boy, it is a double IPA. And I'm trying it because this is the first time it's shipped into PA. So,
Really?
yeah. PA just started getting Toppling Goliath shipped. In case you didn't know. I don't think you did. You seem very surprised.
I am so surprised. I'm like, oh, how is this new? Like, Pseudo Sue is my jam.
Yeah, we've been getting Pseudo Sue and King Sue for a little bit.
Oh, yeah, that's grocery store shelfies at this point.
Oh, yeah. But Sosis, that just came in, I believe, this month. So it is a double IPA. It is named Sosis because Sosis was a mosaic builder in ancient Greece. I'll give you one guess on what kind of hop is in this beer.
Is it Citra?
No.
I'm joking.
You've been booted from the show.
I still have my faculties. That was a joke.
Say, yeah, everybody knows it's Fuggle.
Yeah. Hey, Adam.
Hey, what?
I'll give you $1 if you can guess what the IBUs are on this beer.
Do I get a range?
Nope.
Oh.
Oh, can you play Prices Right rules?
Okay. Yeah, sure. Price is right. So if you go over, you lose as well.
I'll go 46.
It is 100 IBUs.
$1, Bob.
I am 3 beers deep, and this beer punched me right in the damn nose, opening it up.
Oh,
Like,
so it's actual IBUs, not
Oh, yeah.
dry hopped
No.
bullshit IBUs.
No. It is the most floral beer that I've had tonight. It is also the biggest flavor I've had tonight.
Nice.
This beer is huge, and I kind of love it. 7.8 on the ABV.
Nice.
Nice.
You know what, Steve? I think it's been a while since you've had a beer like this.
Yeah. Well, it's very commonly like a single hopped mosaic IPA that I love. Because it's also the Fulton 300 is a mosaic that I love. We didn't have it on the show, but the High Wire mosaic is very good as well. So yeah, that's why I went out and bought this beer as soon as I could. Because I was like, oh, it's a mosaic IPA, and I already love Pseudo Sue. Yeah, let's try this one.
So just out of curiosity, where did you pick that up at?
This one I got at House of Brews.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was trying to think if I got it at JR's or House of Brews. I know I didn't go to Creekside. Sorry, Tyler's.
That's all right.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be mad about that.
It will be.
We spent more than enough money at his place.
Yeah.
Buy him a sandwich.
Actually, yeah.
Get him a Reuben.
Everybody loves Rubens.
Yeah.
I don't.
Ew.
Well, it's been a
Off
good
the show again. Off the show again.
This has been the Hop Nation USA podcast. Thank you, everybody.
I'm sorry.
Oh, we can keep going, Adam.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm a girl. What do you want?
We'll just bleep that last part out.
Okay,
Reuben.
I don't like beep.
The Reuben does not recognize gender. It is a sandwich for everybody. I'm not
That's
accepting
right.
I'm a girl as a...
No, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I know. How about this? Like, I don't corned beef, right? Like, I don't like any. I don't like pickles. I don't like anything in that milieu.
I guess it kind of makes sense why you moved to Florida then.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Well,
Florida has terrible cuisine. It's all just fried and.
Are we just going to shit all over the Cuban sandwich and walk away? Is that what we're doing?
Well, all right. Look, that little southern part with Miami that has the
Still
Cubano.
counts.
All right. But it has the Cubano and it has the key lime, and that's about it.
I will tell you that the pizza here is terrible.
I saw. Hold on. I think it's a Hard Times headline, but it was just like Florida delivery driver dumps beer on pizza, just claims the pizza to be Florida style.
Oh my God. And you know what it is? It's the water. It's the water. So we have quote unquote New York pizzerias here that actually import the water from New York to make the dough.
It's got minerals.
To make the dough. And it's crazy, but like it's true. It's the water. Because I've used some of the same like dough recipes, not even necessarily just for pizza, but for like breads and pie and all that kind of thing. The water makes a difference. It's the water and sea level. Because I'm actually at the highest point in Jacksonville, and I'm a whopping 700 feet above sea level.
Damn.
Disagree. You guys got to think the highest point in Florida is like 330 feet above sea level.
No, but I'm the highest point in. Oh, Jack. Yeah. All right. Maybe. I don't know. I was pulling a number out of my proverbial ass.
Adam has these weird facts stored away, so you got to
really okay.
Yeah.
So
you get used to it after a while.
Maybe it's 7. It's either 7 or 70 or something. It starts with a 7. I don't know how many digits are after that.
Duval ain't that tall, so
Duval.
Adam, what's your beer? I don't understand all these.
I'm so sorry.
From a person who lives there, and Adam's just bizarre knowledge, I just cannot relate.
Listen,
Adam,
I have to live with it every day, so don't be mad.
I know.
So I have the 20 Hounds. This is from Insurrection Brewing here in Pittsburgh. The good Insurrection, not the one that just happened. We support this one.
Yay.
But this is an oatmeal stout brewed with oat cream. I'm not entirely sure what oat cream is. I don't know if that's like oat milk, but thicker.
It's the cream of the oat.
That makes sense. But cream of wheat, but it's cream of oat. Wheat. But it comes in at a tidy little 5% ABV, and it's a stout, and all weather is stout weather, and I dig it.
Right on.
There is nothing getting through there.
Yeah.
All right, Steve, if you do your backlight test, something will come through here, but for sake of argument, it's a stout.
I could not see your face. Yeah, see? No face.
Can't do it. But it's good beer. Insurrection makes good beer, including the 20 Hounds. Yeah. I fully dig it.
Yeah. Right on.
Are you ready for the great Weird Al quiz?
Sure.
God, I hope so.
And Lauren, you are the guest, but you will go first. But before we get there, I will give you some simple rules. This is a multiple choice quiz. If you are able to give the answer before I give you the multiple choices, you get 2 points. If you're not able to, I will give you the multiple choices. If you guess out of those 4 options, you get 1 point. If you miss, your opponent gets an opportunity to answer for 1 point.
Okay, I like that.
Winner gets pride.
I already have pride.
Say we don't have corporate sponsors, so we can't really send anything.
That's fine. I like having the pride.
Then that is probably what you'll get, because I have a hunch you're gonna win this one.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Steve.
Nah, that's all right. I know I'm third on the totem pole of Weird Al fans, so
that's okay. That's okay. All right, Lauren, are you ready for your first question?
I think so.
Within the last 10 years, Weird Al once played the beer barrel polka on what late night TV show?
Oh my God. Okay. I don't watch late night TV. I know he played the North Korea polka on the Colbert Show. So I'm going to go with the Colbert Show. Stephen Colbert.
That is incorrect.
All right.
And incorrect. Steve, you have an opportunity to steal.
Give me the multiple choices.
The multiple choices are The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, Late Night with Conan O'Brien, The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and Jimmy Kimmel Live.
I'll take that Jimmy Kimmel Live, son.
That is also incorrect.
Cool.
It was actually on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and he played along with The Roots.
Oh, shoot.
fun.
It's on the YouTube. It's actually really good.
I'll probably check that out just to see Questlove drummer along to the beer.
You know what? I think I've seen that. It's just the only late night Weird Al thing in my brain is that, like, don't bomb us, North Korea. We're really not that bad.
Well, now I got something to go look up.
Yeah, look that up.
So through round 1, we have 0 points. Steve, are you ready for your question?
Yep.
Who has their own line at the DMV and has made sweet, sweet love to a manatee?
Give me the multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are Yoda, Bill Gates, Lady Gaga, and Charles Nelson Riley.
Bill Gates.
And that is incorrect.
Damn.
Lauren, you look like you have an answer at the ready.
Charles Nelson Riley was a mighty man. It's Charles Nelson Riley.
It is correct, yes. From the song CNR.
You can, something in Superman's face, but don't you do whatever to CNR. Yeah, I don't know. I hear it in my head, but it's CNR.
It is. And a little side note on that one. Charles Nelson Riley's partner was concerned that Weird Al was going to come out with a song that was going to kind of make fun and accentuate his homosexuality because that is what Alec Baldwin did on Saturday Night Live. But Weird Al went the exact opposite direction and made a fantastic song, which is a
White Stripes pastiche.
Thank you very much.
Should have taken the center square on this one.
Wrong show. That's
Okay.
Match Game.
Something about a piggyback ride.
Yeah, a 4-hour piggyback ride. Kick it up, Gene.
Are you ready for your next question?
God, I hope so. I'm gonna know all of the ones that aren't my question.
Okay, your question is, Weird Al's movie UHF debuted on July 21st, 1989. Which of the following movies did UHF beat in the box office that weekend?
I'm gonna take the multiple choices because I don't think it beat anything, but tell me.
Your options are The Karate Kid Part 3, Weekend at Bernie's, Dead Poets Society, and Peter Pan. Would you like those options again?
No. I'm just gonna go with The Karate Kid Part 3, which is wrong.
I'm sorry, you're wrong because that is correct.
Real? Oh, I'm right. I was wrong.
That's right. You thought you were wrong, but you were mistaken.
I was wrong. I was right.
But yes, The Karate Kid Part 3, it beat it by about $100,000.
Oh, hey. Hillary Swank.
Yeah, 1989 was a bad year for debuting a movie that wasn't a sure thing.
Yeah, it really was. But one of those became a cult classic, and one of them did not. Have you ever had a Twinkie Wiener sandwich?
No, actually.
We haven't had them. We know of them, but we haven't had them.
I have had a Twinkie Wiener sandwich on the Weird Al podcast.
Well, that's why you're a top tier Weird Al fan, and Adam is silver and I am bronze.
And it's not the worst thing you'll ever eat. I'll just say that.
Scrapple would be the worst thing.
Yeah, or haggis.
I've never had haggis. I plan on keeping it that way.
Yeah,
Well,
stomach.
you're Irish.
Stomach.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
Scottish lad.
That's right.
He's Irish, so that's, diametrically opposed.
Steve, are you ready for your question?
Yeah, sure. That's the best I can be.
What is the name of Weird Al's pet on the Weird Al Show?
Oh, Jesus.
Nope, that's not it.
That's not a guess. That's
I know
just,
it's not.
just yelling out to somebody who's not listening. Can I get the multiple choice?
Yes, you can. Your options are Mike, Harvey, the Wonder Hamster, Turner, the Mega Goat, and Ask Him.
It's Harvey the Wonder Hamster.
I had to give you at least one.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah.
You are officially on the board.
Hey, Harvey the Wonder Hamster. I saw that live with an orchestra.
An orchestra?
Yeah, on the No Strings Attached tour, where Weird Al toured the country with an orchestra. They played Harvey the Wonder Hamster with a symphonic orchestra. And it was beautiful.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's just like Dimmu Borgir when they toured Norway with their full orchestra.
He doesn't bite and he doesn't squeal. He just runs around on his hamster wheel, Harvey.
So, Lauren, are you ready for your next question?
Yes.
All right. Weird Al has had a cameo in each movie of what movie trilogy?
The Naked Gun.
And that is 2 points.
Damn, dog.
Right?
Yeah.
That was damn. All right.
I think I would have known that, but I would have had to taken it to multiple choice because I know he was in. I believe I remember him in 2, but I don't remember him in 1 and 3. So.
Yeah, we did a whole episode on Weird Al cameos. So.
Ah.
Apparently, he used to take dates to the movie theater to watch Naked Gun, so that they could see him to impress him and say, "Hey, that's me coming out of the airplane."
Yeah.
The one in number 1 is the best one, where it's like Leslie Nielsen is coming out and he's trying to like talk to the press people, and then the other guy's like, "They're not here for you." Weird Al Yankovic's getting off the plane, and Weird Al's like, "Ah!" And it's great. Beautiful moment. Funny on so many levels that I could probably do a whole entire 50-minute class about it. So.
Well, I mean, you totally could.
And I probably will, and people will pay money for that.
Good money, American money.
Good American dollars and student loan debt.
So, Steve, are you ready for your next question?
I'm feeling more confident since the last one, so yes.
I like it. Okay. Well, we'll see. Which of the following numbers is often referenced in Weird Al works?
Give me that multiple choice.
Your multiple choices are 27, 46, 99, and 53.
46.
Incorrect, although that is one of my favorite numbers. Lauren, do you have an answer to steal?
And the kids started singing 99 bottles of beer on the wall for the 27th time that day. 27.
Gets the point. Very nice. Very nice. It is 27.
It's all over the place. Like, that is a wild trope in Weird Al mythology, if that's a thing that exists. 27. I don't know. He just said it sounds funny. So it does.
It's a good number. It's a good number.
I think 27 is it the first 4-syllable number?
Yes.
Maybe that's why.
That makes sense. I'll buy that. I'll buy that answer.
I'm selling it. I don't know.
Lauren, are you ready for your question?
Yes.
With a commanding 5-1 lead.
Oh boy.
Weird Al has portrayed Darkseid on what animated show? Weird Al has portrayed Darkseid. Darkseid on what animated show?
Yeah, I heard Dockside.
That's because I screwed it up. And my handwriting is terrible.
Are you sure you weren't talking with a British accent? He
A little bit.
Darkseid. Can I have the multiple choices, please? I'm embarrassed to ask for them.
That's okay. That's all right. You already have more points than I do, so you're fine.
I already have more ABV than most people as well, so I'm doing well considering.
So your options are Adventure Time, Chippendale Rescue Rangers, Bob's Burgers, and Teen Titans Go.
Oh, it's Adventure Time.
I'm sorry, but that is incorrect.
Damn, I know which one it is now. Ugh.
It's Teen Titans Go.
It is Teen Titans Go.
It was a flip in my head. Damn it.
I get that one because I know comic books, not the other way around.
Hey, you know what? Whatever gets you in the door. So, Steve, to try to get back into this game,
Yeah.
your question is, which of the following Weird Al songs have been banned by some radio stations due to its content?
I gotta have the multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are Christmas at Ground Zero, Perform This Way, Germs, and Fat.
Ooh, damn it. I was hoping Fat wasn't in the multiple choice because it was my first guess. because I could see fat shaming be a no-no. But you know what? I'm going to go Christmas at Ground Zero because Christians are a lot more up in arms about banning things. So yeah, Christmas at Ground Zero.
So you're right for the wrong reasons.
Gotcha.
Yes, it is Christmas at Ground Zero, and it got a little bit of blowback after 9/11.
Yeah, because of Ground Zero.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with the Christians.
Ah, okay.
Had everything to do with the Ground Zero.
Yes.
That's still Christians, though.
What?
They would still be mad about it for that. They don't want to hear 9/11 references.
I'm pretty sure you don't have. You know what?
And this honestly, can I get on? I'm gonna get on a small Weird Al soapbox here because this whole thing really bothers me because that is such an excellent Weird Al song.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you think about like the layers of what went into it, like it sounds like a beautiful Christmas song. It's talking about nuclear winter.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. And the fact that Ground Zero, the term,
Just using those two words.
Exactly. It got attributed to, what happened after 9/11. And it's just like, really? Oh, this ruined such a beautiful Christmas song, which is still on my Christmas playlist, by the way.
Very nice. Very nice.
If anybody wants that, it's on Spotify. You can find that. It's beautiful.
It's probably the only Christmas song I listen to.
Well, you should also listen to The Night Santa Went Crazy.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Yeah. Which, by the way, so episode 41 of our podcast is titled, it's titled The Night Santa Went Hazy.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. And I was like, okay, I am down.
On that episode, we had the MIA Beer Company Tourist Trap Belgian Triple.
Oh, my. Yes. Oh, my God. That's right. That's right.
All coming together.
That's right. It's all coming back to me now.
I knew we had that beer, and I went to look back at what episode it was, and it just happened to be the Weird Al pun that we made.
They're amazing. First of all, that song is amazing. And at the Tourist Trap is absolutely amazing.
Yes, I believe we liked it a lot, although we also had a Three Floyds beer on that podcast as well. So I think I probably like that Three Floyds beer more than it, but I still like that MIA beer as well.
Well, you still liked it just because you like something more doesn't mean you didn't still like it.
Well, usually in the format of the show, when we're all together in person, we like to rank all our beers.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we're running out of time.
And that's why we have to go to the final bonus question worth triple points, 3 points, which is advantageous because, Lauren, you have a 5-3 lead over Steve right now.
But I could still win.
You can possibly still win. So your question is for both of you. Closest answer. I want you to multiply the number of products listed in the rapid fire list in the song Hardware Store. Take that and multiply that by the number of Grammy wins that Weird Al Yankovic currently has.
I have no idea because I just do not remember the song Hardware Store.
It's a fantastic song.
So I'm just going to go 96.
Automatic Circumcisers. Automatic Circumcisers is my favorite line in that song. It's just like Loser by Beck. Drive-by body pierce. Automatic Circumcisers. They're the best. As of this recording, I don't think that Grammys are happening between the time of this recording.
That's the lawyer talk. That's
But yeah,
it's keeping it evergreen for somebody.
If you're listening to this in the future,
as you should.
In the future.
Yes, as you should be listening to this in the future.
I'm going to need an answer. 3 seconds.
Okay. I am going to go with it's closest. Is it closest without going over?
Just closest.
Just closest.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll give you that margin.
200.
200. And with an answer of 200, Lauren, you are the winner. You have won the Great Weird Al quiz.
Huzzah!
You were a bit off, but that's okay. Because you were less off than Steve.
Hooray.
The answer,
I know. I was a bit off.
the answer is 305
Huh?
because he lists 61 items
Ah.
during the rapid fire list, and he has won a total of 5 Grammys at this point in time.
Oh.
So you run
Okay.
them numbers, that gets you to 305. But the more important thing is Lauren is the grand champion.
Weird Al, baby.
That's right. She brings that Weird Al pedigree and dominates.
If anybody listened to last week's episode, then you know that we tend to weight these quizzes in the favor of the guest.
Bring me on again and weigh it against me.
I say not really, because Laura got the harder questions. I'll be perfectly honest.
She got the harder questions, but you know what? I just don't know that much about Weird Al. It doesn't. It's the same thing as giving you horror movie questions.
Like you appreciate it, but you don't really get into it.
Right? Yeah. There's things I appreciate, and it was a part of my childhood, but I don't listen to it that much anymore. So.
Well, now you got to go revisit, just like I'm revisiting horror movies. And speaking of revisiting, I think it's time for us to revisit these beers.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I'll go first. The hell with all y'all. The 20 Hounds by Insurrection, the good kind that we support. This oatmeal stout is really good. I haven't had a good oatmeal stout in quite some time. I'm glad I was able to revisit that genre. I feel really good about that. This is a good beer to end the podcast with. I am a fan. I wish I could find more of it, but I don't think I can right now because Insurrection is very. They don't bring back a lot of recipes very often, especially on the canning side of things.
Yeah, especially right now in Pittsburgh, everybody's on a lot of cycles of FOMO. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to find repeats.
Yes. But I'm glad I have this one. I'll say that. So, thank you, Insurrection. Made a good-ass beer.
They'll be happy to know that.
Steve, what do you think of your topping of Goliath? Was it okay?
No, it was great.
Good.
Yeah, the Sozis, topping Goliath. That is a really, really fantastic beer. 100 IBUs, and you taste them all. That there is no soft baby kisses to be found here. It will punch you in the face, and you will enjoy it. And nice. I did. Yes.
Would get punched in the face again.
Yes.
Lauren, thoughts?
Oh yeah. My other half, Greenbacks, my double dry hopped India Pale Ale. I guess double dry hop is not everybody's thing, but it is my thing. Also because I'm the kind of person that enjoys a burnt hot dog. So that tells you me.
So are you saying that this tastes like a burnt hot dog?
No, it doesn't. I just like things. Good. I just like things that are done, but done maybe more than they should be for other people, but they're done exactly the right amount for me. So I like double dry hops. I like really strong IPAs, and this is that. And it has broccoli on the label, which means it's a vegetable.
It's healthy. It counts.
It's healthy and it counts. So, fiber, AB, baby. But seriously, on a serious note, like this is very good. Other Half Brewing does some good stuff. I have a couple other halves in my fridge right now. I've had a couple of them before, and they're really good. So if you are in Brooklyn, I don't know who is in Brooklyn, but
I think they got a few people there.
Yo, yeah. Brooklyn. Check out Other Half. I don't know. Maybe they're not super cool in Brooklyn because they send their beer out to other places. And I don't know. Maybe Brooklyn people are like, oh, Other Half. They're like,
old news.
Old news out there. Other Half, like, that's Yuengling. I don't even know.
Man, I wish I could live that life.
Right? I loved my Other Half beer, and I think it's a great beer, but I would also be remiss if I did not mention, living in Northeast Florida, some of the cool breweries that exist here, because when I moved here, there were 8 breweries, and now there are at least double that. I want to say 2.5 times that.
That's pretty dope.
It's a really good craft beer scene around here, let me tell you.
Jacksonville on the rise.
Yeah. And it's a lot of fun being here, due to the fact that we got places like Makama, which is up in Fernandina Beach, which is like an hour or so north of Jacksonville. And it is great. They're new. They opened in 2020. Which is a really bad time to open a brewery, but they have some really great IPAs, Cosmico, and some other stuff that, if you get your way down here, please try. And I also wanted to mention Southern Swells, Rev, and Engine 15, because those are my favorites around here. So if you're in Jacksonville or the Jacksonville area, try those out. Each one of them kind of is doing their own thing. Rev is the passion project of a guy that had his hand in a couple of other breweries in the area, and he wanted something where he could do all the weird stuff that he wanted to do, and Rev was that. So they do a lot of unusual IPAs, sours, and stouts. So there's almost something for everyone. Southern Swells is primarily hazy IPAs, but they're Karate in the Garage, which the name came from the Will Ferrell movie, of
Step
course.
Brothers.
It's Karate in the Garage. And it's a good beer. It's like, I'm going to have the Karate. Like, Karate is my Yuengling, basically. Instead of saying, yeah, I'll have the lager. It's, give me the Karate. And so that's really, it's good. It's a good, solid, hazy IPA that is unobtrusive and unassuming and just kind of nice. And then Engine 15 is one of the oldest breweries in the Jacksonville area, and they do a lot of really, really nice things. They've got 2 locations, and they cover the whole thing. And long story short, Jacksonville, Florida is not a vacation destination, but it could be a beercation destination for a lot of people.
All right.
Because there's the Jack's Ale Trail. They give you a little passport, and you get a little stamp when you go to any of the breweries. And if you collect 8, you get a T-shirt.
Nice.
So I can do that in a day.
Fun.
I'm in.
My brother and I did 8 in a day back when there were only 8 to do. So he came down for a weekend, and I was like, bro, this is what we're doing. I made a map with when the places opened and where they were proximity wise, and we did it. We watched women's indoor volleyball in the Olympics at the first brewery we went to at 11 a.m.
That's awesome.
It was great. It was it was Vietnam versus like Taiwan. And my brother was like, yeah, Taiwan. It's fun. This is a good place for beer. I'm serious. And that's part of the reason why I will never leave.
Awesome. Well, Lauren, I'll just give you the time now to plug your podcast and everywhere people can find you and anything else you want to. I mean, you already got Jacksonville breweries out of the way. So if there's anything else you want to plug.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can find our podcast. It's Beard Al, which is BEER 'D Al. So it's like Weird Al, but Beard Al. And you can find us at Beard Al on Twitter. So it's Beer D Al. I don't know. There's no good way to say it. It sounds good off the tongue, but I have to say BEERD Al. But it's Beard Al on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And we are pretty much anywhere you can find us podcast-wise. We just did a TeePublic store very recently, so we've got some Beard Al merchandise available to you. All the stuff. T-shirts, tank tops for the ladies and my brother because he loves tank tops because he's a dad. Masks, all that crap. Yeah, we're everywhere that you can be for a small little weird niche podcast like we are. So, you know, if you like Weird Al and or you like beer, please listen to us because we're fun. I promise. It's not all Weird Al nerding out. A lot of it is beer nerding out, and a lot of it is elder millennial nerding out. So
Right on. I think that appeals to a lot of people in our demographic.
it's your milieu.
Yeah.
Another French word.
Because we is one.
Yes, we is it. All right. Well, if you want to find us, all you have to do is search Hop Nation USA, and that'll get you your favorite social media. That includes Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Don't look elsewhere because we're not there. I said your favorites. Your favorites are Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Go there. And if you want to find brand new episodes of the Hop Nation USA podcast every Friday, as you should, then search Hop Nation USA on your favorite podcatcher like Spotify and Google Podcasts and Apple Podcasts. And I guess we're on Amazon, and you can yell at your Alexa, and we're on anything that starts with pod and ends with cast. We're on all of those. But if you're on any of those, leave a 5-star review because
We are a 6 words long podcast, but they only let us use 5.
and that's a bigger crime than, well, I don't know. I've had
Word crimes?
I was
Oh,
just
God.
gonna say that. You beat me to it. Word crime.
Come on.
I didn't actually like that song.
Really?
Yeah,
Nobody,
I didn't.
yeah, you know, I don't
like
either. Yeah, the problem with it is the Robin Thicke song taints your mind about it. But if
Fair
you listen
point.
to the words of the Weird Al song, it's actually quite wonderful for grammarians like myself.
See, that's why you just listen to the Weird Al version and then not bother with the original version.
Exactly. Or you read books about Weird Al that help you put the Weird Al songs in context.
I didn't realize there were books that did that.
Yes, actually, there's one called Weird Al Seriously by Lily Hirsch, who is a musicologist and professor. But yeah, she's actually going to be on our show at the end of January. So you can listen to me talk to her about Weird Al and how amazing he and his fandom and everything about him is, and put some stuff about Weird Al in context.
Damn.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in.
It's cool stuff. Read the book. There's Weird Al Seriously, and then there's also the Weird Accordion to Al by Nathan Rabin, who we've already had on the show in late 2020. So
Nice.
yeah.
Cool.
Damn.
Well, thanks for coming on the show, Lauren. Thanks for sharing
Thank you
your
for
Weird Al.
having
Yes.
me.
This is a great time.
Yeah. You should reach out to my brother John individually, message me, reach out to him and have him on because my brother's fun. he is fun, I promise.
Well, tell him he sucks for not coming on this show. He
Has a baby. Well, she's 2. He's got like adult human responsibilities. I have dogs. So I can do whatever I want.
Baby.
They both like carrots.
Yeah.
They both.
Yeah, they like carrots and getting in the trash. I mean, what's
Jeez.
what's the big deal? I don't get it.
I think that's a good way to end the show, talking about babies in the trash eating carrots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always great. So, yes, Lauren, thank you for coming on the show. This is a fantastic time. All right, until next week, we're done.
Yeah. Something
Buy our
new
shit.
Yeah, buy our stuff on all the stuff we plugged earlier in segment 2. But we'll be back next week with something new.